100 days in Minecraft hardcore with TheCaptainsTV. Again. Which I stole from Forge Labs. Again. Which he stole from Luke the Notable. I'm super original. This 100 days is a zombie apocalypse in Minecraft. But these zombies are not your run-of-the-mill. They're a lot faster and a lot stronger and a lot harder to kill. Also, every 10 days, there's a mutation that makes them even stronger. And on day 80, day 90, and day 100, there's going to be mega siege blood moons, which will give the zombies special abilities that were not in Forge Labs' original video, and I've not seen on any videos on YouTube. And yes, it's the same mod pack that Forge Labs used, and it's the same map that he used, and it's basically just a copy of his video. But look, last time I did this and copied his video, you guys loved it. You guys commented, watched it, you liked it. Look, this is just as much your fault as mine. Yeah, this is your fault. But like, also, thanks for all the love on that last video. It was really awesome to see all the love in the comments, all the new subs, and thanks guys, you're awesome. What was I talking about again? Oh right, zombies. Remember guys, you don't need to sub or like or comment. I don't need all of that. As long as you guys like the video, I like making them. So here we go. Day 1. And I already get to see the zombies. They have these custom skins. They look so good. I'm already excited. And a little bit scared, but mostly excited. I ran into my first house and I was already disappointed with the loot, just like my mom's disappointed in me. I set up this place as my first little home, but I can tell, rule number 1 of the zombie apocalypse is you need to keep moving. For the first 10 days, these zombies are really slow. Kind of like a fat kid, but just like a fat kid, they're really hungry. And if I let them group up and trap me, it's over. So I decided that this wall was now a window, and that this fence was now a diving board, and I jumped off. I started running around this first town looking for loot. Broke into this guy's house like the crazy person I am, and I find some shrooms, which is good, because I was going to be tripping balls. I mean, eating. In fact, I was tripping so hard that I could hear Xbox notifications. And I got the rabbit stew munchies. I then literally break into this house, and I find some iron tools. Not bad. I then try to do the same thing on this wall, and then this happens. 6 hearts, ladies and gentlemen. These zombies might be slow, but man, are they strong. I immediately start looking for armor. I find these golden pants. So much for going commando. And then I run back to the first aid tent and find this. It's called hot spring water, and it instantly heals you. I didn't know it, but this was the best item of the whole game, and I found it in day 1. A decent start. Day 2, and I headed to the library. If these stinky boys don't have any brains, then all these books should definitely intimidate them. I locked myself in and started cooking up some tin. The copper saber was fine and everything, but I wanted to get another halberd, like I had in the last video. And tin would be fine until I found my diamonds. I knew that I couldn't stay here for too long, and my little house had no defenses, so I set out looking for a new place to build. It took me 3 days, but I found this. It's a bend in the river that is surrounded on 3 sides by water. It was already pretty late, so I dug myself a little hole, threw it in a bed, and I slept. I spent day 4 just making the hole a little bit nicer, adding a chest, crafting table, furnace, just like Mom's basement, dark and full of shame. Day 5 I spent grabbing some coal, then I set some lights all around the little hole, although I think in this mod pack zombies might be attracted to light. At least now I know what Mom's basement is, so I won't miss it when I walk by. On day 6, I woke up with this stinky boy as my new roommate. But hey, in all due seriousness, look, the water mode's actually working. All of the zombies were slowed down by the water. I only had to deal with this one lonely guy. So I decided to double down, and I wanted to make the base fully surrounded by water. It took all day to get the iron for the shovel, but then I started digging out the trench. And I didn't get to finish when my first blood moon started. Remember, a blood moon means that 1, you cannot sleep through the night, and 2, you get a huge swarm of zombies. Because I had no defenses, my base, I made a risky decision to head back to town and try to hide on one of the rooftops. I felt safe, and started spitting down at these dumb zombies below me, when I realized these boys were coming in the rear. first, it was just one or two stinky boys pushing in my back door, but soon I could see that it was a whole pack of boys who had found a hole in my rear defenses and they wanted in. I quickly realized that this jail was a dangerous place for a guy like me, even though I didn't drop the soap. I ran through the night, and at the start of day 8, I found another village called Matatutu Town. It had some zombies there, but nothing like the Blood Moon. I decided to spend some time here looting. I ran into this outhouse, and I started thinking that this town was kind of disappointing too. And I found this crappy little 7-year-old's My First Minecraft house made of oak planks, but I quickly realized that Little Billy Bedrock Player was hoarding the best loot. Crossbows with slowing bolts, diamond swords. Check all this out. I spent $420.69 on this loot crate. Thanks, Mom's credit card. I ran back home with all the juicy loots. Day 9, and I started doing my favorite thing in Minecraft. At first I only had some wheat, but I started power growing my potatoes. All hail the tater god. I was gonna need his blessing. The first mutation was coming. Increased speed means I was going to rely on my defenses and the water moat, so on day 10, I started working on bridges on the north side. It had a 2-block gap. I could jump it, and the zombies could not. And just wait, it gets so much better. On day 11, I was pretty happy with my zombie-proof bridges and basic water trench, so I decided to make one more bridge on the west side. Now, the increased speed of the zombies would be countered by being super slowed down in the water, while I could freely jump all around. It would be stinky and wet. Ugh. I also got another blood moon this night, and I was pretty sure my defenses would hold, but just in case, I wanted to still keep moving. So I grabbed some lava for, an experiment. Hypothesis? Lava. Bad for zombies. Conclusion? Yup. I wanted to loot the rest of this town before day 20, when the zombies were really gonna start to mob up. I mean, look at this. This blood moon? The mod pack is no joke. I ran away and distracted some of the zombies, and on day 12, I tried to fight my way back into the building, using the lava. I found some diamonds, so it was all worth it, and I made a helmet to begin my journey into the Diamond Swaggyverse. I then kept moving, and ran over to Matatutu Town. Lucky day 13, and I wanted to see what was in Satan's Funtime House of Horrors. Sure enough, human sacrifice, and also some pretty good memes. Nice. Ran into the basement, and I grabbed an enchantment table. Yoink! On day 14, I just spent running back all the goods. I also spent the day farming wood and making my last bridge over the trench. But I need to admit, it's only 1 block wide, and I can tell it's definitely going to be my weak side. And on day 15, guess we'll see just how bad this speed mutation really is, because your boy Captain got a blood moon. Look at how many there are now. They like cover the whole horizon. I don't really think I can run past them. So I decided to make the brave decision to cower up in this tree like a scared cat. I waited until they stopped spawning for the night, and I got ready to hop from tree to tree like a ninja. Nailed it. It's a good thing I had some decent armor, or that would have been the end of this run. Speaking of run, the zombies were definitely faster now, but I could still outrun them on foot, and I didn't get trapped. Still, I wanted to make sure that the base was more secure, because I got a little too close to dying this night. I ran out, found a swamp, and I started getting sand for the next base add-on, which was lucky, because sand is kind of rare in this biome. But that's fine, I don't really like sand. It's coarse, and rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like you, my viewers. You're everything soft, smooth. Day 18, I found a source of the pink goo that's inside McDonald's chicken nuggets. And I also found these poor little guys, which someone had clearly peed on. Gross. Day 19, one more day until the mutation, and what better way to spend it than inside of an infected hospital? I entered the lobby, and I grabbed some Mountain Dew to keep my sperm count nice and low. And then I went to the second floor and I found this dead body jump scare. Are you scared? No? Now the third floor here had a hyper complex riddle, which only 1,000 IQ people could possibly. Oh wait, it's just a lever. I went inside, and sadly there was only lore and world building elements in here. Luckily the roof actually had some decent loot. A bunch of potions of regen, nice. Last thing I did was grab some iron fences for my base, getting ready for the next mutation. Day 20, it started raining. I don't really have anything to add here. I just thought you guys would like looking at these puddle textures. They're really good in the shader pack. Minecraft be looking good sometimes for a block game. It even made my wooden bridges look wet, so I approve. Day 21, and I headed back to the hospital to grab some quartz. While I was there, I saw a parking garage. Inside the parking garage was this. I guess it's supposed to be like a car, but I mean, man, it looks like trash. And then, dude, look at these! Look at these SWAT car models. They look so much better. I mean, sure, they look like Legos, but anything beats that mess downstairs. And look, this one's even on fire. It looks better. Just use this one next time. Day 22, I went exploring around and I found this not totally dead biome. And finally, on day 23, I found the ocean, which had a ton of sand. Anakin would have been mad. But these zombies were also pretty bad. Even though tonight wasn't a blood moon, the increased spawn rate made them come out in a pretty big pack. Now I thought I had gotten away from them, and I started to get a little greedy. I was digging up some gravel when they popped up right behind me. So the increased speed means that they're a lot harder to get away from. They can follow me a lot further. This is probably like a theme, right? Like a message, an underlying sort of, moral. It was our greed that led to our downfall, or like, don't underestimate your opponents or something. I don't know. Whatever. My theme is, lava kills zombies good. The end. Day 24, I started mixing up my concrete. Then I laid it all out, soaked it all up, and picked it all up. I wanted to set a ring of concrete around the island that was at least 3 blocks deep. This way, zombies wouldn't have any chance of climbing up to get to me. I even shaved away all the dirt and the sides so that they'd have no way to climb. So, as you can clearly see, I'm now completely safe from these ugly little... well, as long as I'm not dumb like that and get too close. So, kinda safe, I guess. Day 26, and I was almost done with the back side of the island. I wanted to widen the eastern trench a bit too, because just like my goth girlfriend, the thicker the better. Next I added more concrete, when I was interrupted by these Uggy boys, which, again, could not cross the gap. I was feeling safer, but I decided to add some more protection. Today was the day I started to add all those iron bars I stole. Now I know what you're thinking. This compound is starting to look a lot like Forge Labs. He used iron bars in his wall too. But that's not true. I mean, I'm different, cause I used quartz in my wall. Yeah, see? Totally original. Not a copy at all. Speaking of quartz, I was gonna need some more, so I went out and I spent all of day 26 stealing the walls of the hospital. And I was gonna need to hurry too, because the virus was mutating again. Great. I'm not even close to being done with my wall, and the blood moon chances have basically doubled. I have to focus 100% on getting this done. Luckily, I'm basically a Minecraft god, and I got it finished in 2 nights. Now I decided that the gates could wait, and I decided to finish up my iron bars first. Okay, I'll admit it, this looks exactly like Forge Labs, you got me. Day 33, I decided to steal all the iron doors and the iron bars from the first town that I ran into. Oh my, look at how fast these things are. I can still outrun them, but only if I sprint and I don't stop. And now that my pants have been thoroughly soiled, I have all the motivation I need to finish up these gates. Day 34 and I started on the south side. I made everything out of quartz and iron, so it started kind of to look like a discount version of the Gates of Heaven, and by the end of the day I was done with the west side gate as well. Day 35. Managed to put down the north side gate. So the only gate I was missing was the east side. When a blood moon hit that night, it was the east side that I was gonna need to defend. This would be my first real attempt to hold this base through a blood moon, instead of just running and hiding in a pre-made building. And as you can clearly see, they were really coming out this night. I was pretty sure I was safe as long as the zombies didn't start massing at the back hole of the wall. So the zombies started massing at the back hole in the wall. Now watch carefully. The zombies do not jump or fall off edges. But if they're pushed by the zombies behind them in a big group, then they do get bumped forward. So I needed to stay at this breach as much as possible, or more zombies would have poured in. But at the same time, I need to kill the ones that are already in before they kill me. Most of the zombies were floating harmlessly in the water on the sides of the moat. Good, right? No, because if they aren't being killed, then they'll still be a huge threat every time I try to leave my base. They started massing inside my compound, and I was forced to retreat all the way underground. Now, it was safe down here. I was killing them at the door, but I couldn't stay here all day and take my time. Because if another blood moon had come the next night and I was still hiding down here, I'd get stuck, or starve, or break my sword, or need to abandon the base. I had to act fast and rush the last gate. I also need to take care of the zombies I already had from the other blood moon before another one starts. I decided the lava could wipe out a big chunk of the zombies I had still had trapped. Watching how well the combo of the water and the walls with the lava worked, I decided I needed to work this into my plans. Day 37, I started digging a mine in the back of my sad little hole. I started looking for some lava. Day 38, and the first thing I found were some more zombies. But this time it's actually a good thing. I managed to dig myself a little makeshift XP farm. On a side note, I have no idea why skeletons are spawning in this mod pack that's zombies only, but I'll take it. I kept grabbing some iron for the buckies, and I ran up to the surface because we did in fact get another blood moon. Sure enough, these stinky boys were coming out to party. This increase in spawn rate is starting to get a little out of control here. Remember, these things can basically 3-shot me, even with my iron armor. The good news is lava is still lava. And the zombies do have numbers, but they're still pretty easy to kill. With the wall holding them in place and my forbidden hot sauce, killing them, I can keep the numbers under control. Kinda looks like this zombie in gold armor is climbing up the lava. Ah well, I'm sure that won't be a problem. I mean, unless the zombies get like an armor buff or something, right? Seriously? Okay, I just finished this wall, and now they get a better mutation at getting over it? Fine, I'll just spend all day covering the walls in lava. It does look pretty cool, especially at night with the shader pack. Oof. Now this isn't a blood moon, but it's still a good group of zombies, so let's see how well this whole thing really works. Alright. See, it's working. Look at him burn. Look at him burn. Look at him burn! I am your god now! Oh, whoop, okay. So I lost my cool there for a second. Excuse me. Day 41 and we got a true blood moon, so let's really see how this works. Okay, so they kind of pull up around the bridges, and it looks like a few of them can get across, but that's not too bad. My base is covered in this hot sticky goo. It's looking pretty nice. Day 42 and the wall is perfect now, but I need to make a zombie-proof bunker inside the walls. And step 1 is to make a floor that's level and lock up the sad hole. Day 43, and I see another problem. The other half of this mutation is that zombies can now spawn in caves. So my mine now has zombies coming up from underneath me, and stronger zombies will be able to come over the walls. So to keep myself safe, I spend the next 6 days getting diamonds. Because I guess it doesn't matter how good my base is, zombies are gonna get in. Is it obvious I'm a little salty about this last mutation? The number of zombies in the cave is not as crazy as they are on the surface, but with the armor buff, it still takes a lot of swings. I managed to get a decent amount of diamonds, but tomorrow was the biggest mutation so far, and it might not be enough. Okay, this halfway mutation means that zombies are basically 4 times more resistant to damage, and that includes damage from lava. So, now I have to rush this concrete bunker. The good news is I can set the concrete inside of this flat area, inside my walls, instead of going outside. And it's raining on me, so you would think I wouldn't have to add water to the concrete. Then again, what do I know about getting things wet, Sarah? I discover a new iron plate block, which I really like. Then I added half-slit blocks because I wanted to roleplay like it was World War II. I also wanted to be able to see if my Amazon packages were going to be coming, because I just wanted to sit on the couch all day, like the fat boy I am. And I'm liking how this is coming together. The concrete does look pretty ugly, but then again, I'm a pretty ugly guy, so it fits. Dude, I just called myself fat and ugly in like the same 30 seconds of this video. I really need to learn to love myself. Speaking of loving myself, I gotta say this bunker is really starting to look good. Steel and concrete. It's really starting to look like a zombie hunter's dream come true. I was getting lucky too, and I didn't have any blood moons since the big mutation. I was almost finished, and it was looking solid, but a few zombies got over the lava wall. Even with all the damage they had gotten from the lava, it still took a few hits, so I really needed to finish off my bunker. In the southern wing of the bunker, I added an enchantment library. With all these books and smart people things, those brainless zombies would surely have to admit my intellect, and they would have to upvote my edgy Rick and Morty memes. Day 53, I finished the roof of the bunker with some quartz, which I had stolen the night before from the hospital. It gave the bunker a clean look, which I really liked, and I'm pretty much done with it now. Then on day 56, I decided to redo the bridges because having wooden bridges touch lava doesn't really make sense. Day 57, and I redid the gates from quartz to steel. Day 58, I decided to split the bunker up into more sections so I could fight the zombies, even if they had gotten into one of the doors behind me. I made trapdoors so I could hit them from room to room. By the morning of day 59, I was getting some storage and utilities set up in the south side wing. This is the one that's connected to the hole and to my mine. I made sure that everything that I set down had a gap in between it, so that way I could walk right up to the walls, right up to the slits, and still kill zombies from every angle. I finally decided to section off the front entrance of the base, which was purely just going to be for extra buffering. This is going to be really important later. I added a ladder to get to the roof of my bunker when I got this big blood moon. I took one last look around the whole compound with the new bridges, steel gates, full iron lava walls, solid multi-section defensible bunker, and potato farm with extra room for activities. I have to admit, I'm really liking this build. The zombies might overwhelm me and kill me, but even if they do, I'm going down with a real drip, and I'll be flexing on them every second of the next 40 days. Speaking of killing, there's so many zombie entities spawning on this blood moon, it's killing my computer, pretty much turning it into an undead monster. At this point, I kind of have more zombies in my base than frames in the game. It's almost kind of nice. The zombies are so laggy that they can't charge me, but they don't really need to be that fast. I mean, they're so tough, and there's so many getting into the base that I can't really outrun them. I can barely even hurt them with my sword. You can probably see, even through all the lag, that the zombies are easily getting over my eastern gate. That's the one with the trench under it. Because of this weakness, my compound is now full of zombies. So I had to pour lava inside of the base and blow up the TVT right on the wall of my base. It killed some zombies, but also it made a huge hole in my wall. I rushed over and I tried to fill the hole with lava. Now I only needed to deal with a small pack of zombies that were still stuck inside the compound. I had to keep moving, and I had to keep trying to lure zombies into the lava. And I finished off the zombies just as day 60 and the next mutation started. Okay, this mutation is a weird one. So you can probably tell that I don't have any volume in the video. and that's because I turned off all of the in-game audio. This mod pack has custom zombie sounds, so the only way you can get rid of the zombie sounds and make them silent so that they can sneak up on you is to turn off all the in-game audio. This means that the next few days will have no audio, so I guess we'll just have to throw on something for a little fun. Perfect. But don't worry though, I get pretty bored of this and I turn the sound back on in the next mutation anyway. In the meantime, I spend the next few days making sure I have enough diamonds. I then set up an auto XP farm, and I spend a lot of time mining a full diamond set of gear. I wanted to make sure I was ready for another crazy blood moon. Day 63, and I got a few spawns in my base, and I didn't hear them until I was already down there. You sneaky rascals, you. I spent the end of day 63 testing my weak spot and trying to figure out how to keep these zombies from getting in again. On day 64, I set out to a military depot that was in the world, and I tried to find a way to strengthen up my weak spot. I started grabbing anything I could to help. And I also run into this guy. Hey, Bean. Looking good, Beanie Boy. And then I find Robert, who is clearly some kind of Lovecraftian, interdimensional cosmic horror. By that night, I start setting up some barricades inside the compound, and I don't really think they're going to help that much, but they look pretty cool, right? You're looking sexy now, boys. Day 65, and I'm back in the mines, and I need to find two important things. Now, number one is diamonds. I mean, come on, everybody loves diamonds. In fact, I find enough diamonds that on day 66, I can make my pants and enchant them. Gotta keep that drip. And I make sure to work on my bow. It's the best weapon in a big siege. Then I get my 6th set of air diamonds, and of course enchant those too. This means I have a complete set. I work on my pickaxe as well, and now we have a solid set of zombie fighting gear. Day 67, and I decide I want to make an escape route. Judging on how poorly some of my defenses went so far, I think I need one. I linked the inner part of the bunker over to the sad hole, and I didn't even hear, but I already had some sad boys waiting for me. They were trying to tell me something about my car's extended warranty, but my devout belief in the potato god was all the insurance I would ever need. I started digging a tunnel through the night so that even if the zombies did overrun my entire compound, I could still run out and maybe try to retake it another way. By day 68, I had popped up just far enough from the compound, and then I started the most important add-on yet. This was the second thing that I was trying to find in the mines. See, the zombies only had to go through 4 or 5 blocks across the lava, then maybe 5 blocks vertically to get over the walls. My plan was to replace all the water in the moat with a huge addition of lava. This way, the zombies would need to push through almost twice as much lava to get up the walls. Even if they could swim through all this, they would probably get so weak that I could one-shot them off the walls and back into the lava moat, into their hot and spicy deaths. I could see that the weakest part of the walls were now the bridges, so I added lava underneath those as well. Day 69, I decided to take all the sulfur dust I had collected and make a ton of TNT. I thought it worked well enough in the last siege, but this time I won't put the TNT so close to my walls. I was going to need some help, because the next mutation was coming. So from this mutation on, things change a lot. First of all, I turned my sound back on, because the muted thing was silly. But more importantly, we now have siege blood moons, which would be double blood moons. But these siege blood moons only happen every 10 days. The one catch is, day 70 is the first of the siege blood moons. Now I had to turn down a lot of my settings to keep the lag with so many entities to a minimum, because look, oh, this is just, no way, dude, there's so many. I started blowing up the TNT, and it looks like my CPU was about to blow up as well. Oh god. At this point, I had to keep restarting my game to keep my computer from going full Chernobyl. It helped a bit with the frames, but I still need to figure out how I was going to stop the zombies from pouring into my base. I thought I could hit them, and throw them off my walls, back into the lava, but they were still getting over. And once again, I had to deal with the weak point of my base, letting in all of these zombies. But I was better prepared for the overflow this time. And by putting the TNT inside my base, I could take out a big chunk of zombies without taking out a big chunk of my wall. I used the lava bucket on the bunker again, and I made sure to use the bow, which had punch and could push the zombies off the wall. Even with all these defenses and my experience with fighting zombies, they were still managing to get all over the walls and the roof of the bunker. But as long as I would use all my TNT and my bow pretty well, and I had my solid diamond armor, I could tank a lot more hits, which meant I could stay back and work at the weak part of the wall for much longer, pushing all the zombies back. I realized that these new siege blood moons are going to be too dangerous to fight this way though. The next mutation might take a new strategy. Day 71, and now I'm going to build a massive tower to keep me up and away from the zombies climbing up the inside lava wall to the roof of the bunker. I'll go ahead and speedrun this part for you. There we go. And we're almost done with the 100-day run. The extended lava mode means that 80% of the zombies die just trying to attack the 3 sides with the most lava. This means that even in normal blood moons, it doesn't really pose a threat. Maybe 1 or 2 zombies get over the wall once in a while, but with my diamond armor, I can kill them pretty easy. The only real threat are the big siege blood moons, which are going to happen on day 80, day 90, and finally on day 100. Each one of these last siege blood moons comes with a mutation that adds an ability to the zombies that even Forge Labs didn't put in his video. So, if you're still watching this video, it means that you're going to get a reward and see some mega sieges that are even crazier than the original Forge Labs video and any other video that I've seen on YouTube. There'll be 3 distinct abilities that no other video has. You made it this far. You deserve it. It's the least I can do for some of my loyal viewers. Whether you're a longtime viewer from my Twitch family, or just someone who found me on YouTube and thinks my dad jokes aren't too cringe, thank you. Seriously, it means a lot to create something that people like, and judging by all the support I get on Twitch and the views here on YouTube, I must be making a few people happy. That's all I could really ever ask for. So thank you. Okay, mushy stuff aside, let's get to another siege. Yup, you read that 100% right. The zombies can now build and place blocks. Look at the lava. I think you can see it right there. The zombies are putting down cobblestones. They're starting to build bridges across the lava, which means that 80% of zombies that would normally die will now be able to climb my walls with basically no damage. And if that's not crazy enough, I shot the zombie with thorns, so I got the punch from my own bow pushing me back into the lava. I act quickly, and I'm able to get a bucket of water on the wall and turn the lava into stone. I'm gonna make it out, but now even more of my lava defense has been turned to cobble, and even more zombies are gonna get in. I run straight into my bunker, and I jump in some hot spring water for health. I fight my way to the roof. I try to slow the zombies down, but this is way out of hand, and I did not plan for this. I'm running around my base. I'm exposed. I don't have a good way to kill the zombies, or to stop them from covering the entire house in cobble and burying me. I try to take some out from my wall, but they can now build up from anywhere. I start breaking down their builds, but it's only slowing them. If I can't find a way to damage them, I'm still losing. I'm trying not to get swarmed, but their numbers are just growing. Look at this. Everywhere I turn, they're grouped up. They're in the compound, they're on the lava bridges, they're on top of the bunker. I keep trying to run in circles and kite them, but they always seem to be in my way. I try to fight where I can, but they're all around. I'm getting hit all the time, and I almost get thrown back into the lava. I need to keep jumping and trying to keep my speed up. Honestly, I don't know what to do. I just run inside my library. I sit there and I think and just breathe for a second. I start slicing at them through the slits,
hoping to lower their numbers. But there's just so many. And they're so tough that my diamond sword is starting to lose durability. I'm gonna need to fall back to the tower. I might get trapped in here, but maybe it will let me shoot from the top and hit the TNT and the wall zombies and knock them back. I'm trying to pick off a few of them. It looks like most of them are gone. But then I see one right in front of me. They have built their way up the side of the tower, and they're almost in my last hiding spot. Every time I shoot one, they fall down. They take fire damage and fall damage, but it still might be not enough to kill them. The sun is rising, and the siege blood moon is over, which means that there will be no more new spawns, but I'm still in huge danger. I'm still trapped by tons of zombies all around the tower. I have to rush to the front bunker because I know I can't get trapped in the tower. A ton of zombies fall, and they take some fall damage, and I can manage to slice up a big group of them here. I run outside, and I don't see too many left. I'm kind of thinking I've won. There's still plenty of zombies, and my armor is starting to get low. I fight them back as much as I can, thinking I can kite and kill some of the smaller numbers, but there's still a threat. I'm backed into a corner on the top of the bunker when I get a quick idea. I grab some of the lava from the walls, and I throw it into one of the last big packs of zombies as they build up toward me. And with their last desperate attack, they throw me back into the lava moat. I swim as hard as I can. I am smashing my W key, you guys. And I managed to barely get out with just a few hearts. Oh my god, what is this, dude? I thought this game was for kids. Why am I sweating so hard? I clear out the last of the zombies, and I look back at all the damage that's been caused. Now the day is already almost pretty much spent, but that's okay. I have 8 more days until the next big siege, and the first thing I need to work on is repairs. The lava mode is almost obsolete at this point, but it still does a solid amount of damage while the zombies are on approach, so I spend a few days fixing that first. I then try to patch up the walls, and some of the spots aren't totally the same as the first build, but at this point, that's not important. I just need function, not fashion. But speaking of fashion, I repair my armor with the diamonds I have, and I add some lava around my tower. I noticed that during the last siege, most of the zombies got trapped up against the tower when I went inside. Day 85, I mined some diamonds and some sulfur for the armor and for TNT. And then I made another trap on the roof of the bunker. This trap is a water trap that surrounds the tower. Hopefully, it'll grab the zombies and stop them from building, and drag them towards the big hole. How big is the hole? Bedrock. I then decide to add a water trap inside the bunker, so that the zombies break into the bunker, they will be slowed down so I can kill them without getting mopped up. You're probably thinking, they can't break into the bunker. Just wait. I fill in the mine and the escape route with lava and cobble, because I don't want the zombies to come up from underneath me. With no escape route, I was going to have to fight to the death, no matter what. I put some last, desperate defenses up, such as water in the compound to slow the zombies, and lava in some of the open areas of the wall where the bunker and the wall meet. I finally decide to make the traps spring water traps. This will heal me if I get inside them, but it won't heal the zombies. After surrounding the bunker with as much lava and water as I can, I feel ready. It was time for the next mutation, and the next big siege. As the blood moon rises on this siege night, I get to deal with the worst zombie ability yet. The zombies now can break blocks. You can see right in the corner there of my wall, that crack, so they are starting to break the wall. They can break blocks pretty fast if they don't get disrupted or shot. I run to the right side of my base to stop the advance on this side. I'm aiming at and trying to use as much as my TNT as I can, and I'm also shooting the most advanced zombie, trying to push them back so that they can slow down the building over the moat. Then I see what happened just to my right. The zombies bridged all the way over the lava and then broke right into my wall in just a few seconds. I had to run from this breach and try to slow the backside of the trench advance. By the way, one of the reasons I'm running around the wall so much is that this keeps the AI of the zombies running around outside and keeps them falling in the big lava moat. I'm using the TNT that's set outside of the moat to break the bridges the zombies are building. I'm sort of feeling like this mega bunker that I spent 90 days to build is working pretty well. When I turn around, I see that the bunker itself is being broken. Some of the zombies have broken all the way deep into the bunker. That wall that broke down let some zombies into the compound, and they broke into the utilities room right underneath me. I need to push out and clear the compound so that they don't keep breaking more walls to the bunker. The groups are still small at this point, but the zombies are getting over the weak spot from the eastern trench again. I run over to see if I can fix something again, and I see that the wall is halfway down, and the southern gate has been completely destroyed. I also see that the zombies are inside my utility area, breaking my storage chests, and the eastern trench is an easy way in. I keep using the TNT and breaking the bridges. Soon, I retreat all the way into the utility room and shoot the zombies back through the hole that they had made. The sunrise means that the zombies are not spawning, and I can start to clean them up. Once again, I look at the disaster that is my compound after another siege. The bad news is the base has holes all over it, and it's going to need a ton of repairs, and I'm going to have to get more lava. The good news is that the main tower didn't take any damage, so it's still a solid defense and a good place for a last retreat in the next mutation. I'm not going to tell you what the next mutation is, because I hate spoilers, but I'm going to need much more defense to survive the final siege. I had to spend a few days of the last 10 days to repair the lava moat once again. It's still one of our strongest defenses when it's combined with the TNT. I also want to keep the walls strong. At this point, the zombies are so good at giving over the wall, it's not really a way to keep them out, but instead it lets me run all around the base, without needing to go down into the compound where the zombies always seem to mass. Speaking of an overflowing compound, I build another layer of defense. It's a basic stone wall that cuts the compound up into another set of walls to cross, and hopefully will split the zombies up again. It's just really another way to slow them down. I'm not fooling myself and thinking I can stop the zombies from getting in. Eventually, they will get in. I'm just working on slowing them down so that I can hopefully pick them off. A big part of doing this is adding water to the moat to hold the zombies back. I would have made this whole moat really cool and like full of water all the way, but I don't really have time to make it look good. I now add a level of steel on the wall, because again, I don't think the wall will stop the zombies, it's really just to help me run around and stay safe and mobile. I then add some water traps on the roof of the bunker, and now the entire bunker is covered in water. I add a ladder and an access way to the top roof of the tower, so I can fully retreat and make a last desperate stand if I need. But I also know that if I do hide on the top of the tower, there's a good chance I can get knocked off back down into the lava. My more permanent plan is to add as much obsidian around the tower, making my innermost defense its strongest. I spend my last few days of this 100-day run mining obsidian, and even get enough to reinforce the inner bunker under the tower. My hope is that the zombies will get stuck at the outer part of the bunker with the obsidian just too hard to break. Then I can kill the last couple of zombies of the apocalypse and the 100 days with my full health diamond sword. I love this post-apocalyptic zombie death bunker. Even if I don't survive this last mutation, I made a good build. Now do you understand why I use so much water and obsidian? I'm hoping that the TNT will be neutralized by the water, because now, 1 in every 10 zombies carries unlimited TNT. And I decide, if the zombies can blow stuff up, so can I. And I start to soften up the first waves by throwing a few grenades into the mob. And yes, I saved all my potions and all my grenades for this last stand. Even with 100 days to prep, the TNT zombie jumps right up in my face, right off the bat, and blows up the first wall. Again, I run to the right and try to dump lava on the zombies and the cobblestone to slow them down. This fight's gonna be a desperate one. I throw another grenade and I level a whole squad of zombies, but they strike back, and one of them rushes up from behind me. A TNT zombie leads the charge, and with just a second of hesitation, I take another huge hole in the side wall. I look at the back trench wall and I see where that zombie came from. There's another hole in that wall. Now those zombies have full access to the outer wall, so I have to run back and try to stop this flood of zombies. I hit some of the TNT and I try to break the bridges that go over the lava. This only slows them down. They quickly rebuild the bridges, and now another TNT zombie rushes into the gap. My water moat, it just isn't enough, and now the inner wall has been compromised. The zombies are also just trying to skip over the walls altogether by building bridges from the outer wall into the inner wall. I fight them back, and I break what I can, but in every direction the zombies are rushing in. The longer I fight, the more zombies on the other side of the base are going to start making progress deeper and deeper. I'm using all the TNT I can. I'm trying to level the numbers of zombies on the backside, but I know that the front of the base must be a mess by now. I run around to the front side, and I only see this one zombie. I can't see how he got in, but I assume he just got blown in or something like that. I don't think it's that bad. I leave the front of the base thinking it's safe, because everything looks pretty good. I run to the back end, and I start to clear out the compound gap zombies. The zombies are sneaking over here on the right, and they're coming in the left, in all these little small holes in the base. I keep using TNT, and I'm pretty sure I have things pretty much under control. Then another TNT zombie sneaks up and does this. I get blown off the wall, and I look back, and I see the thing I was worried about the most. Now the inner wall has been breached, and just as the sun rises, I can see that the zombies are starting to flood in. It's day 100 now. I made it this far, but I'm starting to think I won't make it out of this apocalypse after all. I go back to the bunker, and I see I was wrong about the front side of the base, standing strong. They dug right through the walls and into the front of the bunker. Another explosion, and I realize that the roof of my bunker is super exposed, and one of these explosions from the TNT could collapse the whole bunker. The entire front room of the bunker is already collapsed, and it shows me that just one explosion could mean the whole roof falls in. Now this room had water flooding in, which was bad, but the main room of the bunker had lava over it, and if it broke, I would be completely drowned in lava. And I hear zombies get into the main room. Now I'm trapped in the center obsidian tower. If the zombies get past this last line of defense, I won't be doing 200 days of zombies. The water trap is the only thing saving me. It keeps them back. But just then, through the holes of the trapdoor, I see it. In the inner bunker is where all the zombies are. They dug upwards, trying to chase me as I went up the tower, and they broke the roof under the lava, and this triggered the trap. All the lava then fell into the inner bunker, and it killed the mass majority of the zombie horde. As the sun rises on day 101, the sound of zombies starts to fade. Now I took to the roof of my bunker, and I start to fight back. I knew that most of the zombies were burning underneath me in my collapsed bunker. I ran out with the golden apple, and I started slicing the last of the zombies, retaking the compound. I looked inside, and sure enough, the entire bunker was a kill zone, filled with lava. One last TNT zombie was put down. The last of the zombies started running over the poorly rendered horizon. I took a look at my beloved base. The inner bunker was unrecognizable. The library was flooded. The utility room had all of those broken chests. The first hole I started in was filled with lava. The inner and outer walls were ruins. The compound was just a landfill. The last wave of desperate zombies made a heroic attack, but it was over. The base was trashed, but we did it. We won.